I was once told that women lose their value after 30. It literally drops in half. I was 29 and I had 6 months before I turned 30. It was during a podcast with the late Kevin Samuels, and I argued with him. I got pissed off with him. I couldn't help but think about what my boyfriend at the time was thinking because he was a huge Kevin Samuels fan. Anyway, today happens to be my 31st birthday. That boyfriend and I broke up. I got over a year of therapy, started doing music, started doing my own nails, taught myself how to sew so I can better my swimsuit company, started my passion projects of giving back. Honestly, I don't know what value he was referring to. I'm pretty sure it was something about being in the dating marketplace or some bullshit. Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about my value because I place value on myself. And for my fellow women out there who are younger than 30, older than 30, or being told that we exist solely to reproduce. Your value is what you make it. I don't care how old I am. I care about how old I feel, how old I look, and how wise I'm becoming. Because baby, with age, I don't hesitate to set boundaries. I know my worth. The enemy wants you to think otherwise so you can rush into situations that are not for you.
Okay, so the first things first, she's absolutely gorgeous. Like, if you don't know her, she's Jessie Wong. She's got 250,000 followers on TikTok. She's doing very well. She'll be absolutely fine. But I think she's slightly confused, and I think she's trying to hedge the point. What men are looking for, I know she said she's not interested, but what men are looking for generally is the FAB criteria. Beauty, agreeableness, and fertility, and all those three things matter. Now, she's got the beauty, definitely. Fertility, who knows? Most men rank that quite highly, but maybe some don't. She's on TikTok, so she's got a wide spread of appeal, and there's going to be men from all around the world and definitely all around the States. And some of those men are not going to be bothered about fertility. I mean, she's only like 32. You know, fertility is not an issue for her. So on those three main criteria, she can do very well. And again, she's got the broad appeal of being on a media platform with 250,000 followers. No, not everybody's got that. So we're not talking to the niche, we're talking to everybody in general. She's trying to say that sexual market value doesn't matter, or she's going to ignore it, wherever you want to look at it. And of course, people can choose to do that, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't apply. So it depends what her goal is, right? Is she trying to save everybody else who's in the same situation of pretty privilege of being gorgeous, not being affected by those three main criteria? Or is she trying to actively ignore the fact that at some point it's going to count? And once you're the other side of that fence, it's too late. And things become a lot more difficult, and there's some important life choices about how you structure your life, and important questions about how females in the West are raised, and whether it's actually focusing on the key things that are going to matter throughout your life. She mentioned something about a swimsuit company. That's got absolutely nothing or very little to do with the man that she's going to meet. A lot of the time, unfortunately, it just means that if as a lady you are making very, very good money, you want a man that's at least on that same level, which means that you're talking about fractions of percentages of the total, which will actively keep you single if, and I'm not talking about everybody, I'm just putting it out there, if when you are successful, you want a man that's at least as successful or in the ballpark, then that's kind of limiting on self. And if you contrast that with men, Idris Elba's with the former waitress really wasn't looking for the same things. So what she should be saying is, as soon as money is not an issue, then why make it an issue? If there's good men out there with good intrinsic qualities and you can step up easily and provide that financial stability, then you should do it. If it means that you beat that body clock and you find a man of great worth, and who knows, throughout his life, again, you look at those intrinsic qualities, and who knows, throughout his life, he may well end up being successful. And that's the way to look at it. And I think just too often, and I don't know this Wong lady, literally saw one of her videos in my life, but the focus ain't there in what she said. So what you should be looking at is your FAB criteria, beauty, attractiveness, and fertility, and keep that front of mind and ignore it at your peril. And if you do choose to ignore it, and one of those three things drops off the list, such as fertility, you could be at any age and something can affect your fertility. So it's not something to take lightly, it's something to keep front of mind. In terms of your beauty, it might just be making an effort, staying in shape and looking how you come across. Do you come across at the high end of ladies, or are you coming across like some street trash? For real. And you can reverse that to the men. Are they looking at their grooming? Are they bothering to wash themselves? Are they bothering to look smart, or looking like they just got off the sofa? Let's not make excuses or try and go into the niches, but what we need to do is just make sure that we're taking personal responsibility and keeping that game at max, or as best as what we can. And if we don't, we will struggle. And if you don't make an effort to try and meet somebody and get all the FAB criteria, including being agreeable and good company to be around, if you ignore that, you're probably going to be single. And those are the things you need to focus on. But the attitude that came across, what she was saying about she doesn't care less about body clock and things like that, is just denial of reality. Now, anybody can choose to do that, but you're going to struggle or maybe be unsuccessful if having a long-term life partner is of interest at all, seriously. And if it is, or it could be, then you need to take ownership of your decisions about not letting your better years pass you by, and again, making more effort if you're the other side of the body clock, or if you're approaching it, just to make sure that you are dating with intention. I'm a man who's in his 40s. I can look back at my 20s and all the mistakes that I've made and things like that. So I'm just here to give my point of view. Nobody has to agree. Nobody has to follow what I'm saying. It's just a point of view and food for thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That is Steve, and I'm out.